Well, howdy doody, everybody. So, episode 28. We've made it this far. I believe last time we finished with Georgia, and so this time we're starting with my German states folder. I was going to name them off, but there's actually quite a few of them. According to the Scott catalog, I know very little about them. And anyways, I'm not going to get too deep into much info about them, but I want to take a look at them all, and if any of them jump out and I kind of want to catalog them or learn something, I will. Otherwise, we're just going to take a look at what I got in there. It's actually kind of late in the day for me on a Sunday to be filming. I had a midday nap. I'm a big lazy boy on my days off, and so this is an odd time for me during the day for this, but ultimately, I wanted to get something out there this weekend because I ended up not working this weekend, but I believe next weekend I probably am going to. So, let's take a look at this folder, see what's in there. The next folder should be Germany, and I do have a fair bit of things in there. I don't know if I want to commit to doing that entire Germany folder this episode, but maybe. We'll see how it goes. Let's jump into this folder here with the German states and see what kind of stuff I got. Alrighty. Okay. These look pretty cool. We're going to take a closer look at those. Let's see. Wurttemberg, a big glassine. Let's see what's in there. What else? Another big glassine for Bavaria. These look like I've already cataloged them as well, huh? Whoa, there's actually less in this folder than I expected. I don't know what I thought would be there, but... So, a few little things here. Wow, these are super cool and old. This says Prussia, so I don't know why it's in a German states folder, unless that's actually a German state. Saxony, cool. Alright, well, let's take a look at what's in here. I will... I think bring you closer. Okay, what's this? Rhineland. Okay, I don't see that in the list in the catalog of Russian states. So interesting. Let's see what's in here. Rhineland. Yeah. Wonder why I put that in here. I put it in there. Nobody else. Yeah. Oh. Rhineland. What is that about? This doesn't really say anything. This is pretty generic envelope. Okay, let me look this up real quick. It does. Oh, I noticed it. Well, at least on this one says Gutenberg. Maybe that's the guy. Looks like Beethoven or something. I don't know who that is. Yeah, let me look this up. Alright, so Rhineland is a big strip of land in West Germany. It's pretty much the western border of Germany. It borders France, Belgium, and the Netherlands, according to Google here. Now I just went looking all around in the catalog for this. I read something in Google that said French occupation, so that's actually where I started, and that was incorrect. Then I went to Germany, and I saw stamps that were commemorating their union with Rhineland, like the anniversary, that kind of stuff. Didn't see these ones here. Actually, it turns out I was right. This is Beethoven. I think that's what I suspected earlier. Anyways, good old stamp identifier app helped me out there. This one says Germany, French occupation of Rhineland - Palatinate. I don't know how to say that, pronounce that correctly. I could look it up, but that's how it actually is in the catalog where I finally found it, because I simply searched in my digital catalog for 6N27, and it's a German occupation stamp. So, let me pull this back up in my catalog here. So, yeah, in the Scott catalog, it's under German occupation stamps Rhine-Palatinate. So I just don't know what that means. I really don't want to do a whole buttload of research. It's so easy for me. I just almost got lost on Google. I can just go spend a bunch of time and just learn about all this stuff. I kind of feel like it, to be honest, but I want to film this episode, so yeah, let's just keep cruising. Now, to have this under or in the German states folder is, I guess, technically incorrect. And it probably would be best to have it in the Germany folder. I don't believe that I set up a German occupation stamps folder in these catalogs, or in my cabinets. So, yeah. Let me check. I really don't think I did. That's a no, yeah. For whatever reason, I guess when I first made those cabinets, I decided to exclude an occupation folder and just lump it all under Germany. So, that's that. So, really, this belongs in the next folder. I'll sort that accordingly. Anyways, moving on. What is next? Bavaria, it says Bayern. Bavaria. Well, I guess there's really not much to look up there. This looks super familiar. I might have just gotten this out of something we looked at recently. Sorry. I don't know why my brain is all over the place. So, yeah, it just seems so similar to me. Ay, ay, ay. These are really cool old-looking stamps, though. And we're saying these are Bavaria. Well, it does say Bayern, and so I'm guessing Bayern is German for Bavaria. These are cool. Deutschreich. Yep. Yeah, these are actually really cool. What a neat little folder. So they're overprinted Deutschreich. Yeah, that looks like a dupe. Actually, it looks like we have a few dupes. And I'm looking at the ones and they say cruiser, and I'm wondering, I think that might be the difference between like Pfennig and cruiser is like cents and dollars, I think. But I kind of want to look at the beginning of the German section just to see what they say. Most of these look like they're from the same issue, but there are obviously some oddballs. I have seen this kind of stuff before. I believe that's embossed. This guy. Yeah, it looks embossed. Interesting. So, let me see if I can stamp identifier app any of these. I'm going to try and pick a pretty clean one. Like, this looks pretty clean. Let's see if I'll have any success. Man, that thing, whatever the perf count is, it's not a high perf count on that one. Okay, let's see. Okay. Da-da. What do we have? That looks pretty good. That looks exactly like it. Okay. Coat of arms. Is it the phone or is it just a brighter red? That looks pretty much right though. It's the right denom. It's got the webbing. That all looks correct. It says Scott number AT19. Oh, it's Austria. Darn it. Why is it Austria? I don't know. It's not a big deal, but I like to file things correctly. Okay. Let's check one of these. So, when it says it's Austria, that's pretty straightforward. 1863, pretty old. Yes. Number 19 from Austria. Let me look at the catalog real quick. Okay, so yeah, it is right there in Austria. Okay, the whole cruiser thing, I was just way off base with that, actually. Cruisers are just, I guess, like Austrian cents. Well, I realized while I was looking at that in the Austria section that I'm pretty sure that German dollars are called marks. So, whoops, totally forgot about that. Anyways, so we got a 5 cruiser stamp here. Now, I'm not. There's a big part of me that wants to get into it, but there's kind of two issues of these: 1863 and then 1863 to 64. The later ones can be watermarked. So I could go check on the watermarks. They also say that there are reprints of this stamp that have a whole bunch of different perfs, 10.5 up to 13.5 and stuff. There's also imperforate reprints. So yeah, it doesn't look like it should be a super hard one to identify, but that's kind of the story on this. This is actually an Austrian stamp. It does also mention, by the way, to see Lombardy Venetia design A1, which is also similar. Now, I haven't done that. I'm just going to go right ahead and assume it's an Austrian stamp, whatever. So, kind of cool, and looks like I've got a couple of them. So, these are ones that I didn't misfile these. I guess you could say they all came on this sheet. So, kind of cool to pick out the oddball ones. This is supposed to be a rose color, this 5 cruiser. So, I'm going to go ahead and assume that all the ones that say cruiser are Austrian, at least of this design. I think that's a fair assumption. So, looks like I filtered all of those out. Now, I'll put these in their own little stock card. I keep them right here on my desk. Boop. Put that into Austria. So I got a couple of things to file correctly. Now, I've already stamp ID'd this stamp. This is, it says country is the German realm. It's an official stamp, overprinted Bavarian stamp. So I wonder if this is a German occupation stamp. Let me see. It says the Scott number is DE-BY 055. So it's definitely an official stamp, but DE-BY? Let me go find this in the catalog to kind of understand here. It does say actually down here at the bottom, though, for use in Bavaria only, official stamp of Bavaria, overprinted Deutsches Reich. Oh, there's an F in there. Is there really? Oh my gosh, I don't think I ever noticed that. DEUTF CHES. I don't know how to pronounce that then. Deutsches Reich? Yeah, so I'm just going to keep saying Deutsches Reich. New numbering, not Bavaria, but Reich. Online YT catalog. I think that's that catalog like Yvert and Teller or something. I've never messed around with it. And then the SG here, 0277, says official stamp of Bavaria SG 0277. That's the Stanley Gibbons number. But yeah, I just don't have any of those. So, yeah, let me go find this in the Scott catalog real quick, just to kind of make sure that it is. I'm pretty sure Bavaria will be a German state. Yes, okay. Alright, so that's pretty straightforward. Bavaria is a German state. It says it's in southern Germany. Oh, it's capital. Capital. Its capital is Munich. Okay. It says it was part of the German Confederation and became part of the German Empire in 1870. Okay. So if this is an official stamp, then I'm going to pause. Let me go find it in the back of this section. Alright, so this is definitely in the German states under Bavaria in the official section. The Scott identifier app is stamp identifier app is correct. It is number 055. This is an overprint of the preceding issue, which simply doesn't have the overprint. The color's violet, and so this was actually from 1920, was when these overprints were issued. So it looks like I have a whole bunch of those, and those are kind of its own little, their own little issue here. I got a bunch of 20s. Looks like a bunch of 40s. These look like the same issue. 10. Okay. Actually, this is Cruiser. I left that. I should probably get that out of here. Put that in with the other ones. Clearly, though, this this one's clearly a different issue. I'm just going to put it in there. It's okay. So, dupes of those, and just this one odd boy. Okay, and the only other ones that I'm kind of interested in are, well, if it says Bayern, I'm going to feel pretty confident that it is Bavaria. It does look like it says Bayern. It's just hard to read because it's been overprinted. Yeah, without spending more time, I'm going to feel confident that all of these are actually from Bavaria. At least from spending a little bit of time researching this stuff. So, very cool. 1886 to 1911. I mean, this thing is... They're just cool. I like these. I do like German states, no doubt. I like Germany, too. It's not all of their stamps, I'll be honest. Not all of them really float my boat, but I can find some German stamps to be boring. But these older kind of ones are cool, and the occupation stamps are neat. I've always loved Nazi stamps, Nazi era stuff. That's just rich, interesting history. So yeah, it's just cool stuff. Pop all these back in here. Okay. Moving on. Prussia. Now, yep, as I look at my list there, Prussia is a German state, so there's really not much else to get into unless we wanted to do research. But a couple of interesting and perfect stamps. I do like this pink one quite a bit. I'm going to say it's a nice looking stamp. Prussian. Interesting, different spelling. Yeah, well, I really like these. Like, just the look of these kinds of stamps, they're cool. They're cool. They just look old. And, yeah, I just like them. Simple, elegant. Yeah, I like these. Okay, I can't help it. I really kind of want to see, I want to catalog this one. This one looks kind of close. It's definitely... similar. Yeah, this thing's totally struggling. I mean, look, we got a penny red in here. Let's just look at that one. That's the only one that's even nearly... It does say Prussia. Frederick Wilhelm IV. It doesn't even have a Scott number. Oh boy, yeah, I'm definitely not going to be trying to pronounce these words. 1857, so not a whole lot else to say. So I scrutinize this. I don't know. It says the same stuff at the bottom. Similar designs in the border walls. Actually, the top left corner has this little sun. That looks, I don't know if you call that a sun or what, but, it's actually pretty close. Ew. So, It says that it's Prussia and it's old. Well, let me go hop into Prussia and see if I can figure this out. Okay, so found this guy in the catalog now. This is old. I suspect it's from around 1850 or onward. So, there's a few that this could be. It looks like when they first printed this design, it's imperforate, with watermark 162, which apparently is a wreath design. Then, also, something that you'll have to look into if you do get into these issues is the background will either be crossed lines, like a checkerboard, which is what this one has. I looked up close with my Lumi Loop. It could have also a solid background. And then it can have, basically no watermark. Sorry. A no watermark with a crossed line background. So, now, I'm going to check this, but I'm going to say right off the bat, I don't think that this is the one that I'm checking for. Like, this says, if it is the earliest issue, like this is actually the earliest design from Prussia in the catalog, it'll have, if it was this one, I don't know how to say that, I saw it earlier, Slibber Grochen or something like that, Ein Slibber, is what it says here, whatever it says. If it was this one from the earliest issue, it would be black and rose. Well, this looks just plain rose to me, which would mean it's the next issue from 1857 that should have a solid background. But wait, I checked mine and it's definitely not a solid background. So it might be the third issue of this design from 1858 to 60, and that would make it a number 11. So basically I think this is either number 3 or number 11, and I don't think it's number 3 because it says black and rose. Anyways, that's what I'm looking at. Darn it, it's sad to see a big old hinge on there. Shucks. Let's check it just for fun, but like I said, I really highly doubt I'm going to see any kind of watermark. Yeah, I don't see anything either. Interesting. It's I was gonna say it's so much darker on the left. Yeah, I don't see anything. And the wreath design kind of went around the sides of the stamp, as far as the watermark design. So I don't see a watermark, at least from what I can tell. I'm not going to linger on that either. So that would make it a number 11. So that answers that. $4 used cat value. So what we've got here is a German state stamp of Prussia that's worth about 40 cents. That is super old. What did I say? Oh yeah, 1858 to 60. Okay. Well, that pretty much answers that. I'm going to bother, since I did bother to actually go through with this, I'm going to give it its own stock card from this point on. Cool. Just another one filed. Okay, well, I'm not going to get into figuring out this one, but whatever. It's cool looking. Alright. Let me move these along. What are we looking at next? Right, clear everything out. Saxony. Saxony is a German state. I see it right there in the cat. Nice looking stamp. This is coming off as nice and mint. There is a watermark that I see. Am I seeing a watermark just right through the back of it, or is it the design? Well, anyways, cool looking stamp. Looks like a coat of arms. Nice condition. Saxony. Okay. Moving on. What is this? Hamburg. Yep, that's a German state, so this is properly filed. And yeah, this says state local post, not in cat. So I've already tried. I know we kind of peeked at this earlier, so it says Express on it and Hamburg. Wow, yeah, down in the bottom middle. Not at the very bottom, but right above the two Pfennig. So, And it does look like it has a Hamburg cancel. Interesting. Local, German state local post. Not in the cat. Well, I guess I won't bother if I've already tried. So let's move on. Let's do Bavaria. Okay. So I probably could have organized things better. I don't know if this will fit in here. Looks like it'd be a tight fit. Well, I'll deal with that later. Let's take a look at what I have in here. Okay. Let's begin with the stock cards. Sorry. Okay. What do we got? Okay. So, a couple of old 3 centers. Those are cool. Similar design to what we saw earlier. That's a Perfin. There's one behind. Okay. Perfin looks like BB. More. One, 5, and 10. That 10 is ruined. Where we have some fairly recent ones. I see these pop up a lot when I would buy mixed collections and stuff. Ooh, there's actually some variation in here. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Okay, so. So some dupes. Okay, I'm not going to linger on those. Then we just have a single Bavaria. That's imperforate. Interesting. The other ones aren't. So, an imperforate variety of that with the corner nipped. It looks in good shape. The gum's still there. I don't know how well you guys can tell. It still has gum. But yeah, kind of a crappy cut job. A little bit of a bummer on that one. What could have been some really beautiful borders just simply wasn't meant to be. Interesting. Okay, so this one's different. Dienstmark. Ooh, this is another one that's beat up. Man, why are all these messed up? It's pretty cool. Okay, alright. Let's move along. What do we have? Okay, this is all my writing, so I've done this in the past. Bavaria number 42 or 51, I guess. Sorry for the kids screaming outside. A5 design to be what? Okay, perf 11.5 to be separated. What? Need to check watermark. So it looks like I already checked it and wrote that there is no watermark. So 42 or 51. Gross. So I tried. Oh, it's on paper. Oh man, with the perfs cut off on the left side. You guys see that? Ugh. Ugh. Gross. I say gross. It's not a big deal. It's just like, what the heck? 38 or 48. So it looks like I had a little bit of a time trying to cat these. Well, this one says watermark 95. I don't know what mark I made there. That looks, knowing me, like it was maybe trying to be a W, but maybe it's even a check mark, like watermark 95. I checked that. Hard to say. Yeah, I even wrote, I think. 38 or 48, I think. This is funny. I must have checked these pretty early on. Oh my god, this stamp is in horrible shape. Okay. Yeah, I kind of remember this little album that I took these out of. And all of them should have this stupid paper hinge that the guy chose to use on it. God, I hate that so much. And what am I even looking at here? Why? Yeah, no doubt I must have cataloged these early on. Why in my right mind would I ever even bother with something like that? What the heck? How funny. That's going in the garbage. I'm sorry. I am not keeping this. This doesn't deserve a glass scene. Number 61. So it looks like I confidently cataloged this. 1888 to 1900 A5 design, lilac color, 14 by 14 and a half perf. Oh, used in poor shape. Yeah, no kidding, former Kyle. God, I don't even know if I want to keep this one either. $5.50 catalog value? Not even. What are we talking here? A cent? A cent real world value? Would anybody even want this? I do kind of like the cancel. It's actually nice. The 23rd of March is in a good spot. You can... I don't know. I'll keep it, but man, I am very inclined to just toss that kind of stuff out and whatever. The other one was just way too bad. That one, I guess I'll let it slide. Number 63. So same kind of design over and over. You guys can see the embossed design there. Carmine color. Perfs are cut off, so it's supposed to have perfs, but they're cut off. Every one of these stamps is slowly infuriating me, and I'm going to bubble up until I explode and just grab them and throw them in the garbage. What's wrong with this? Okay, we've got number 65. Oops. 1888. Okay. Yellow brown. Same perfs. Let's see what's wrong here. Yep. Okay. A bunch of crap on the back. It almost looks like it was put on a postcard. Yeah, this is pretty stiff. I'm sorry. This is pretty stiff paper. Could have been used to mail a postcard. Although 25 Pfennig, I assume way back then, might have been expensive to mail a postcard, but what do I know? I could be wrong. This one has had the perfs cut off as well. You can see the remnants of perfs along the top and the left side and a little of the right side. Woo! All of those, man. Oh man, yeah, how sad. All of these are just like a complete letdown. I don't like any of that. That's very sad. These stock cards weren't so bad. So definitely of my Bavarian stuff, this stock page and these stock cards are the good stuff that I happen to have. But man, yeah, it really starts to annoy me when I look at one stamp after another and each one has some major defect. That's no fun at all. This is struggling to fit in there, so you know what, guys? I'm just going to go ahead and take the liberty to just cut this frickin' thing in half, because I don't even care about this stock page whatsoever. Not even the slightest. You can tell it's friends and family that I said that as well. That's how little I care about that. Okay, so this fits in like a dream now. And with all these other goodies. Doesn't it just feels right to be organized to some degree? I remember how I did this now. If I accumulate enough of any of these, I will give them their own large glassine. Whoops. And so that, you know, the like 13 German states in this folder, they can each be organized enough. But I still have enough. I've only got one more. Oops, sorry. I've got these little itty bitties. Bavaria. And then just one more Wurttemberg. Now, I don't remember these stamps. Like, drawing a big blank here. What's going on with these ones? Ooh, this looks incredibly similar. It looks like it must have come out. Watch, it's going to have, yep, that same paper crap on the back. Wurttemberg, Carmine, number 60, 80 cents. Well, I have a little stack here of stock cards and stuff, so let's just work through them. And I do believe that I will stop this episode after we go through this pile. I definitely don't have it in me to get into the Germany folder. That's probably going to be its own episode as well. Maybe. Depending on my mood, right? So here's this guy. Oh, it's on paper. Perf's cut on the top. What a sad sight. 89. Okay. 100 years before I was born. Interesting. Yeah, it's kind of a neat stamp. 1875 to 1900 I wrote. That's actually a pretty long issue then. Oh man, it just popped in my head. You know, it was 100 degrees on Friday and humid. Ugh. I hope work isn't like that tomorrow. Try not to think about it. Okay, Wurttemberg. Looks like O-180, so I'm assuming it's an official stamp. Actually looks in good condition. This is definitely somebody else's handwriting. So somebody else cataloged this. There is a hinge mark. It is definitely formally hinged. What's interesting, it doesn't look like there's gum on the whole backside, so, but I don't really see any indication of it being used. And so I wonder if it was issued with no gum or what's going on. You know, just for a sec there, I was thinking to myself, what's even the point of issuing stamps with no gum? I guess that they would have to put their own adhesive. It just seems weird. What is the point of that? Yet another thing that I could just get lost in researching. You gotta love it. You know, sometimes I really do feel like just getting lost in it all. It's amazing how much you can learn. I'm talking of warring with myself right now about how I kind of want to do that. But I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I don't want this episode to be an hour or more. So, yeah, this is actually a cool stamp. I do like the contrast of the black and orange. It's just a cool looking stamp. I do like it. All right. Oh boy. What is wrong with me? I can't even speak. Wurttemberg. It looks like it says, I think, 1898 to 1948 on the stamp. So I would buy into this being a stamp from 1948. It kind of looks like that era's stamps. Okay. Must be another official stamp. Looks in pretty good shape. I wonder if this one has gum or has been... Well, it has gum. It's been written on, unfortunately. Formerly hinged. It looks like it has a thin. You can see the kind of white area there. That, my friends, is a thin. So, bummer. And it looks like we continue on with more from the same series, 029, so a later issue. This is a higher denom. Yeah, it looks like the same. Okay, let's keep going. 066. Surcharged, huh? Well, this is I just thought to myself, well, if it's originally 40 and they've overprinted it with a 12, is it really a surcharge? What would be the opposite of a surcharge? So, because sur to me, and I could be wrong, but in my brain, sur means like addition, like added. I mean, you wouldn't surcharge somebody something and reduce the value, would you? Huh? That doesn't make sense. So in this case, would it simply just be an overprint that happens to be changing the denomination? I really wonder about that. I mean, the surcharge, I've never thought of this. Does it have to add value to it? Let me see if I can figure this out. So I was mistaken. So, for one thing, I wasn't looking well enough at this. This is a 40 Pfennig stamp that's been overprinted with 12 marks. So yeah, this is a surcharge in the sense that I was thinking, where it added value to the original price of the stamp. But apparently online, according to Allsite Lynn's Stamp News, because they're pretty reputable, it says surcharges are specifically related to the face value of the stamp. Okay, now Stanley Gibbons says, Wikipedia says the term surcharge infellately describes any type of overprint that alters the price of a stamp. Well, that means it goes both ways. Interesting stuff. What I want to do is I want to go in the Scott catalog and see exactly what their definition of a surcharge is. I'm forgetting the name of it, but you know how like words are broken down into the beginning and end pieces, like SUR space charge. Like I thought I can't remember what you call that structure of a word, but I thought that indicated like addition in essence. So anyways, let me figure out what to call that, and then let me check in the Scott catalog and see what their definition is. Okay, so the word structure that I was failing to recall was prefix and suffix. So the prefix sur means, at least according to dictionary.com, over, above, or in addition. Merriam-Webster says it means over, above, up. So, just like, like a surtax or anything. So, that's why it left that impression in my head. So in my opinion, the language that's used here for surcharge really should mean that it only goes one way. But let me check in Scott and see what their definition is. Okay, so the Scott definition. I swear I just had it here. Okay. It says a surcharge is a form of overprint that changes or restates the face value of a stamp or piece of postal stationery. There we go again. Pretty general explanation. It simply changes the face value. Well, I may be just like... I may be having a mental lapse here, but you know, I don't know if I've ever seen a surcharge that reduced the value. Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever seen that. So then, I really do kind of want to stick with that surcharges always increase the face value. See, I suppose logically, if they needed to, have a lesser value stamp, they probably would have just used a different number in the issue. Instead of using a whatever this was supposedly a 40, maybe they'd use a 20 Pfennig. In this case, yeah, they went from 20 Pfennig to 12 marks. They needed to increase the value. But yeah, I really, it's just an interesting thought that crosses my head here. I mean, I just don't know. I just really don't think I've ever seen someone, overprint to reduce value. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section below if anybody's ever actually seen that, and that would validate, Scott's definition of a surcharge. It just simply changed the face value. But, yeah, I would struggle with that. If it really does go both ways, that would annoy me because I just feel like that's not the way that language works. If you're going to use that prefix, that means something. That's just English. That's the world we live in. Like things mean certain things, and there's plenty of stuff I don't know out there, but that's something that I've always caught on with in my life. Even though I apparently couldn't remember what it was called, but prefixes and suffixes absolutely matter, and they have meaning behind them. So yeah, surcharge, I feel like it should go one way, but let me know, like I said, if anybody has anything to kind of show that, yeah, it goes both ways. I would like to know that. Anyways, moving on. So, official stamp number 67. See, this one is this is a 20 mark surcharge. So these all look pretty similar. I'm looking at the ones that are coming next. 075, 400 mark. Here we go. That must be inflationary period stuff going on. That's a lot. Oh yeah, look at this. 1000 mark. Huh? These look in good shape. I'm assuming all of these are going to be mint hinged. Yeah, mint hinged on that guy, has a hinge mark. They look nice though. I will say, it's sad to see the hinges, but such was the practice of this time. 50, I think that's the German word for 1,000. 50,000? Oh, jeez. Well, who am I kidding? I don't know. Well, see, I don't think I'm far off. Like this one is obviously million, but they don't specify, marks or Pfennig. And I do apologize if I'm saying Pfennig and that's not correct. Whatever, just throw me a pass. Thanks. Yeah, so a million. I'm assuming it's marks, but I don't know. This is a nice little set here. 089 to 93. Cap price 470, selling price 365. It's pretty. I like it. Yeah, see, this one they didn't specify marks or Pfennig either. I'm assuming it just means Pfennig. They must have just simply increased the value, or I'm really trying to see what the original values are. They did a good job with that overprint of blocking out. I think that this one was 25, but now it's 50. Alright, I'm not going to stay with that. Let's move on. This one's interesting. Big, bold surcharge. What would have been the original? I can almost see it. 20. I don't know. It could have been. Actually, it looks like 2.5 or something. What the heck? All right, let me look at this and try to find this so I can understand what's going on. Well, how do you like that? So, I was right. It's 2.5 originally, and it says, surcharged in blue, down. So it's gone from 2.5 originally to 2. Well, that's, I guess, all the proof that I need for the question that I had moments ago. Here's a clear example. It absolutely reduced the face value of the stamp. Like I said, I struggle with that a little, but oh well. Okay, I just got to accept that, I guess. Here we have a surcharge that's lowering the value of the stamp. Okay. It bothers me, but okay. All right. I'm just going to have to accept it. It's just the way that it is. God darn it. I just, it makes me bubble up a little. It's like, how come things in this life have to be so freaking complicated all the time? Like, can't we all just agree? Can't we all just follow the language that we've agreed on? Maybe I'm wrong about the prefix "sir" only meaning addition, but that's what it says online. That's what I thought. So, darn it. Okay. So, well, interesting to look at. Sorry to have my internal struggles here on camera, but I'll be honest, that bothers me a little. I don't know why. Maybe it's like a tiny sliver of OCD in my mind or something that is torn about that. Okay, so here we have official stamp number 179. Super similar, actually, to some of these other ones. Yeah, same kind of design. Although I'm not sure that so far we've seen one that has this overprint. And as I'm looking at them, the answer would be no. I think this is the first one we're seeing here. This is simply a Deutsches Reich overprint. So, and it looks like it is used. I see what looks like a postmark. Kind of comes off like a used stamp. It just looks like it, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, you guys can see that. A very light postmark on there. Okay, one final stamp left, and it looks like it's going to be one from that bunch that always has the crap on the back, and wouldn't you know it, that certainly has some stuff on there. Just to actually get a look at it, why not? Number 59, I say, from 1890, used, green, 55 cents, so, MCV, creased, multiple creases, just ridiculous hinge. Yeah, I really don't know where these came from, where were these guys getting this kind of stuff? I guess these are just weird, just random adhesive pieces that people found to use. And, Anywho. Okay, well, that was fun. I did enjoy that. A little bit of research involved. This round here, despite my thoughts that I just wanted to cruise through, a lot of this just simply kind of caught my interest. I enjoyed this. This was good. Thanks for watching, and I will file away these oddballs into the proper places. And, yeah, next time, man. Next time is going to be Germany through and through. I expect to spend the whole episode on the Germany folder, so this would be cool. I bet you that there's some neat stuff in there. I bet you. I've got this decrepit little stamp still staring at me, and it's just like, oh man, I just can't do it, buddy. I can't do it. Oh yeah, no, can't. Nope, get out of here. All right, that was the second chance. It's over now. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I will catch you later. Hey, if you're new and you enjoy my videos, please consider liking or subscribing. It really does help my channel out. And if you hit that bell notification icon, it'll let you know when I release future videos if you're interested in that. Otherwise, I wish all of you the best. I may not be here next weekend to make a video. I might just be working. So we'll see how it goes. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.